What's up, Mirandigas? We're back with another Persona 6 video. So, 5 days ago, as I'm recording this video, I made this video where I was like, Persona 6 announcement next week, new leaks. Later on, this was the article I made the video on. This article, the thing is, I don't remember if I said, but this article I was skeptical of. Like, a lot of these things I was like, sure, they can happen, whatever. Two things I was skeptical of were that this game will be announced at Tokyo Game Show, which, as I'm recording this video, Tokyo Game Show did not announce Persona 6, which is a good thing. By the way, which is a good thing, I'll explain why. And the other thing that I was iffy about, but I feel like this game could be right, is that I don't know where it's written, but the game would be released in the summer, 2025, and I think it said summer of 2025. So these two things are where I was like kinda iffy, because whenever there's like a big game show event coming, there are a lot of rumors that are said to be leaks. Like, you'd find a lot of things like that. Like, you can find, oh, The Last of Us Part 3, or oh, the Bloodborne remake, stuff like that. You can just see. But this was false, and I'm happy. The reason is simple. Metaphor Ray Fantasia just released its demo, and my god, this is just mind-boggling. This game, I looked at this game, I was like, damn, this game is too good. The thing is that this game, I played the demo. This game takes stuff from the Shin Megami Tensei, at least 5 engines, that's the one I played, and from the Persona series, takes the best of both games, put it into one, and then add on the best of itself, the world, the gameplay wise, everything, and then just makes this such an amazing game. Like, I did not expect Metaphor to be this good. And props to Atlas for the first time ever. Props to Atlas. They legit did not fumble this game. Like, by that I mean, whenever Atlas releases another IP, they're like stupid, and they're like, oh, we're now announcing another Persona game with it, and it's like the other IP fails and Persona succeeds. Atlas is like, well, maybe the IP sucks, or maybe people don't care about the IP, and it's like, no, idiots, you don't. This is new IP. If they did the same with this game was dead on arrival. I'm telling you right now. Like, no matter how much you'll tell people to play this game would have been dead on arrival. But I'm happy that Atlas focused on this game separately. Like, what Atlas did is, I love it. They announced Metaphor. They announced P3. They released P3 early, and then the full year they were focusing on Metaphor, like trailers and stuff, like proper promotion, marketing. Like, I'm telling you right now, okay, I won't say pre-order the game. I'm always against that. What you should do is wait for the reviews. This game's story is important. If this game's story is good, just good, like in a sense that it's enjoyable, I feel like this is gonna be one of the best games ever released by Atlas, like, out there, because the open world is pretty good. Like, I've never loved open world games because I feel like most of them are just The open world really good. Both battle systems are fun. I'll be right there. The world is interesting. The story starts off interesting, puts you in, and like the characters are pretty fun. I believe in the demo, I haven't completed demo. I've seen pictures. Like, the amount of demo I've completed, I've seen you 3. So I don't know about these. Oh yeah, and also you, this general guy. So that's that. I saw this. I reacted to it. Now, the reason I say that I can see a 2025 release, I'm gonna tell right now. But I'm happy. Atlas, you did not show Persona 6. Dude, this game is gonna have a really good release. I'm telling you right now. Okay, so the reason why I think Persona 6 can still release in 2025. I don't think it's gonna be summer 2025. If it will, it'd be like October and November, the time zone of when Tactica released. Oh, that was September, but like that range. Is the reason is I want to talk about this. these three games in particular, but they're different variations. None of these variations, but actually they're like initial variations. So let me explain. Atlas was going bankrupt. You guys, this is fact. This isn't something I made up. Yeah, I've made a short about it with facts. You can search the internet, whatever. Atlas was going bankrupt. They like wanted to do something different, but the higher ups were like, you can't. The OG fans, but the director there, I forgot his name. Like, he was like, nah, we gotta push through this new cycle, the social links and everything. Like, the OG P3 release, Atlas got saved by bankruptcy. So now this is the big cash cow. Like, this is Persona is the big cash cow. Now Atlas wants to do is release a sequel, Persona 4, not Golden, Persona 4. The time span of Persona 4 is between 3 and 4 is actually a year, less than that, like a bit higher than that. Like, it's somewhere around the development time period. Now people are gonna go, Persona game released in a year, and it's Persona 4 because Persona 4 is pretty good. There's a lot of reused models and reused stuff from Persona 3 and Persona 4. Now, Persona 4 and 5 have this big gap. It's way big, like 2 generations of console big. Like, that's how big it is. Like PS2, PS3, then it released during the era of the PS4. If they release on PS3, but that's because Atlas promised. Like, okay, this game is also coming on the PS3. Persona 5 released. Now, the reason there's a big gap between these two games is just simple. There was a transition period. Is Atlas went from like because these are Persona 3 and 4 are not high budget titles. It went from these two to AAA titles. Okay. Now the thing is, we've seen the betas. If you haven't gone on the internet, there was a beta that was leaked that showed how Persona 5 was in development and stuff like that. Other stuff I will not spoil, but basically you can see a lot of stuff from P3, P4. Some were assets as placeholders, some were indicating that you might meet like the cast of P4 and P5 and stuff like that. P3 and P4, stuff like that. But that you can see like a lot of like transition. Like, they were testing out what can be worked, they were testing out what cannot be worked, stuff like that. What can we do with the new engine? So like, you can say for years they were just testing stuff out. Okay, can we do the fishing game? Okay, how does this animation work? Okay, how does this work, that work, how does the the characters move? Like, and you can see a lot of models that resemble the graphics of Persona 4, but obviously they had to up the ante, they had to increase the quality. And then you see Persona 5, there's like a lot of trial and error, to a point where I also tell people, like, if you don't like P5 story, you gotta understand they were working on a lot more than just story. This game was heavily dependent on its gameplay, is because they were like just transitioning. They were like understanding, okay, we can do this, we can do that, we can't do that. So when people say Persona would be a 2025 release, Persona 6, I can understand that. The reason is simple. The thing is that, sure, this had a transitioning period, but Atlas, after the success of Persona 5, was like, okay, now, like, they did not, okay, I do not need to update right now. I do not need to update right now. But Atlas released Persona 5. They saw what a massive hit Persona 5 was, and it went, okay, yeah, we gotta change ourselves. Like, we gotta change. Like, the development cycle of Persona, development hell of Persona 5 was so big that Atlas was like, okay, we gotta change how we're working things. They, like, added more departments. They increased the development team. They divided them well. They specialized. They did a lot of stuff. You guys gotta understand, Atlas was not a rich company. Flat out. Atlas was, like, you can make the case that back in the day, Atlas was an indie developer. Like, you see indie developers now, Atlas was an indie developer. Like, this was, Persona 5 was the, like, Persona 4 was the big money. Persona 5 was the, like, where you were like, okay, now they're a big developer. Now, Atlas, you gotta, you know, put your act up, whatever, let's go. So, the reason I say it's a 2025 release is Metaphor, by the way. Oh, I wanted to open this to show that Tokyo Game Show does not, like, it's over. Metaphor got announced. I don't think there's gonna be a delay. Like, they did well. Like Persona 5 got a lot of delays. Metaphor did not get any delays. Reload got announced. Did not get any delays. Vengeance is a different story because it's like a Persona 5 to Royal, but Vengeance got announced. Did not see any delays. So now Atlas is at a point where it understands how to do development, like timely development. I'm not saying they didn't know how to do development, timely development, to a point where I can see like, okay, like I look at this and I go, okay, 2025, I can see that, because I feel like Persona 6 is gonna be a big game. Like, I did not expect Metaphor to be this big. Like, I was mind blown, I'm telling you right now. But Persona 6 is like gonna be a big game, but I feel like you gotta understand that it's not gonna be like a transition from P4 to P5. It's gonna be like a massive transition, but it's gonna be like P5 Royal to P3 Reload. Like that's gonna be the transition period where it's gonna look prettier, it's gonna look better, it's gonna be playing amazingly, but damn, like it's gonna be really good. But I feel like there won't be any delays. The other thing I want to add is I'm like, Atlas, you gotta do this. I was playing Vengeance, like grinding and stuff. Like, I looked at it and I was like, damn, there's a lot of stuff in this which can improve Persona. And I also played Reload. I was like, damn, there's a lot of stuff they can add to Shin Megami Tensei. And then I played this and I was like, Atlas, you dog, you did it. So tell me what you guys think about Persona 6. I feel like this also said that we're gonna see it in the Game Awards. I'm telling you out there, whenever we'll see it, it's gonna be after like this game's release, after proper, like if there's DLC and stuff like that. After Atlas is kinda pseudo done with this game, then we'll see Persona 6. Can it be Game Awards? Possibly yes. But I'm happy that Atlas did not announce P6, because this game deserves to be flourished. This game needs to be flourished for Atlas to understand that, yeah, we gotta correct our marketing team. Like, I won't say to pre-order this game. I would say try out the demo, wait for the reviews, see how the story is. Do people love it? Is it pretty good? Then buy this game, because I feel like this game would heavily depend on the story. But I'm just like, this is such an amazing game, man. Like, I played Reload this year. Like, no hate to Reload. This game is way better than Reload. I'm sorry. This game just blow me away. Like, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. When do you expect Persona 6? When do you want them to announce Persona 6? Tell me in the comments below. Me personally, I'm happy they didn't announce it at Game Show. But tell me what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, comment, notify. I'll see you guys next time with another Persona video. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.